Hello and welcome to Flagstaff TV. Today we are joined by Brad George, who is the CEO of Orosur Mining. Brad, thank you very much for joining us today.
Catherine, it's a pleasure to be here in the same time zone for a change.
Yes. Brad, can you start by telling us a little bit more about the key take-home messages from your investor meeting that you held on Tuesday?
Look, yeah, it's a fair question. There are two key takeaways, and obviously they both relate to the Colombian project, which is what everyone's interested in. The first takeaway is that after, 10 years of waiting, we finally got drill rigs along strike, along the 20 kilometres of strike that's been untouched. We spent 10 years basically drilling in the one place for a number of logistical pandemic-related reasons. But the long strike was always massively prospective. So it's finally nice to get along there with one rig, and now probably next week 4 rigs. So we expect something exciting coming out of that. We began drilling there, or Agnico Newmont began drilling there in late April. So we would hope the first results from those holes are imminent. And on the basis of why those holes were drilled, on the very, very high grade geochemical results, rock chip sample results and geophysics, we're quite excited about what we think we might find there. So it's a bit frustrating to be in the dark, but we would expect a couple of weeks, we'll all know.
Well, we look forward to hearing more about that soon.
And I guess the second part of the question is, the second takeaway is that we are, and this is slightly more nuanced, we are getting quite close now to the end of the first phase of the joint venture. So phase one was 4 years, really designed to allow the major companies to just assess the potential of the region. That ends on September the 6th this year, and they need to make a decision on whether or not they're going to move to phase two. And phase two is the more serious phase. It's 4 years, well, 4 years maximum, they can go faster, and $20 million. And that's really just drill. That's the phase where they just go crazy and bring in as many rigs as they need to move this to, if there is a resource, to resource as quickly as possible. So that decision point is probably the game changer for us. And it's quite a complicated process. There's some negotiation going on in terms of a new joint venture, a new agreement, a new company. But it also, of course, for us, is should it go ahead, is a nice $2 million check. So it's a very significant milestone for us, both in terms of the JV itself and cash flow. So again, we are getting close. We've probably got 2 months to go, but we certainly hope that if they choose to do that, and we are confident they will, we'll find out fairly soon.
Thank you, Brad. Can you talk us through your latest results from El Pantano?
Well, El Pantano, of course, is at the other end of the spectrum. I mean, Ansar in Colombia is a very advanced project. You know, we know there's probably a resource there. It's a question of scale. El Pantano is absolutely greenfield, untouched, early stage, which was our strategy in the sense that at the time we had limited, we had a very delicate balance sheet, or we are protective of the balance sheet, and therefore spending large amounts of money on buying advanced projects was, to us, too risky. So we looked at projects that were earlier stage, but had all the right geological signs of something going on. The right part of the world, the right district, proven production in the region, near existing mines, and very, very large, or as large as possible, land holdings to give us options. So we've gone to El Pantano with the right signs on the ground. And we've only done 2 phases of geochemistry, but that geochemistry has come back with amazing results. That's a very nice thing to have happen for what is basically an untouched project. So we've now closed down for the wintertime recess. Patagonia is pretty grim this time of year, but we're going to be back there post-winter in September, and we'll move that forward with more geochemistry, more geophysics, and possibly drilling. So look, it's very exciting as a geologist, probably less so for the market because it's so early stage. But for me, to be able to walk up to a project in the middle of nowhere, untouched, and get those kinds of results is pretty unusual. So yeah, we geo nerds are quite excited by that.
Certainly sounds like exciting times for Orosur Mining. Brad, do you have any other updates that you'd like to share with us today?
If I did, you'd be the last to know. The other project, of course, is Brazil, but that is also early stage, but a slightly different flavour of early stage. I've just come back from there a couple of weeks ago, looking at the projects, getting that started. Again, same sort of idea, large land holding, proven region, all the right signs. And we're going to commence work now in probably this week. We're starting the background data compilation and stream sediment sampling probably end of this month. So that one, again, early stage, but to me, tin is a very exciting, very unloved, but absolutely essential metal. And to be able to get a foothold on such a large piece of land in one of probably the only half a dozen key tin producing regions in the world is, again, quite a coup for us. And we hope to have results coming out of that probably in September, possibly late August. So again, very exciting, but early stage, but it's a great part of the world to be in.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you for watching Flagstaff TV.